Okay. Also for your test, you guys are going to be able to complete problem 3. You're going to want to know how to do these. These are pretty straightforward, very basic. One that we struggled with in class were these two. And so these two are going to be the ones that I focus on for this short little video. Okay. So in order to do B, the easiest way is to go ahead and factor out your greatest common factor. So your greatest common factor is 2. When you factor that out, you're left with x squared minus, and 242 divided by 2 is 121. Okay? So in order to factor this, you're going to want to identify your A, your B, and your C. Remember that your A, B, and C are written in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. All right, our A now is 1 because we factored out that 2, so you act like it's not even there right now. If you see, we don't have an x term, a term with just x left in what we have to factor. In math, if you don't see an x, that means that this b has to be 0, because anything multiplied by 0 is 0. And our c is negative 121. Okay, so we do our A times C is negative 121. And so we need two things that if we multiply them together, we get negative 121. But when we add them, we get 0. And those two values are negative 11 and positive 11. So then we can set up our little factor. We're going to have 1, which is x minus 11. 1 that is x plus 11. And don't forget this 2 that we factored out because we got to bring it back down here. 2. And that's how you factor out B. Now with D, there's no greatest common factor that we can go ahead and pull off. So let's identify our A, B, and C. Our A is 3. Our B is negative 10. Our C is 8. So when we do our A times our C, we get 24. So we need two things that when we multiply it together, we get positive 24. But when we add them, we get negative 10. So the only two things that we can multiply together and get positive 24 is negative 6 and negative 4. Because when you multiply two negatives, you get a positive. And when you add them together, you get negative 10. Okay. So in order to set up my factors, I'm going to have 3x minus 6, 3x minus 4. And I need to go ahead and remove the greatest common factor, or factor out that greatest common factor in this one. So I get x minus 2. And this one doesn't share a greatest common factor. So this would be 3x minus 4. We're done.